Folks, do you remember this clip? The clip heard around the world. The clip that will be following Angel Reese for the rest of her career. As long as her games don't sell out, as long as her games don't attract a good number of celebrities, as long as her games don't have any type of viewership motion, for lack of better terms, as long as all those three facts remain the same, this clip is going to follow her forever.
Ever notice how the loudest claims tend to fall apart when you ask a simple question? That's exactly what happened recently. A Chicago Sky reporter asked Angel Reese to explain a bold comment she made last season, that people watch women's basketball because of her. Her two-word answer went viral, but not in a good way.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
We'll get to that awkward moment in a second. But first, let's look at the facts. Is Angel Reese really the big draw in women's basketball, or has she been benefiting from Caitlin Clark's spotlight all along? This situation is a perfect example of speaking too soon and getting caught. It's a fun reminder. Don't make bold claims unless you've got the numbers to back them up. And if you're Team Clark, drop a baby goat over baby giraffe. In the comments,
It's so long since I've seen this clip, I forgot how arrogant Angel Reese sounded. I forgot how full of herself Angel Reese sounded. I forgot not only how nasty she sounded, the nasty facial expressions coinciding with her answer. You can see it clear as day. It's written on her face. She's disgusted that she's not getting the credit.
Remember when Angel Reese said, "People watch women's basketball because of me too"? That bold claim from last season just hit a hard dose of reality. Looks like the phrase, "reality is coming," might have been meant for her after all.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
Back when her rivalry with Caitlin Clark was making headlines, Angel Reese didn't just see herself as a top player, she painted herself as a major. Reason people were tuning in. After LSU beat Iowa a couple of years ago, she fully embraced the spotlight. Reese made it clear she believed she was just as important to the sport's rising popularity as Clark. The message? Women's basketball. Needed both of them, so when she was recently asked to explain that statement, she chose not to answer. She dodged it completely.
So Angel Reese was asked about this exact statement, and she decided to duck it.
Jumped to a recent Chicago Sky press conference kicking off the 2025 season. A reporter asked Angel Reese directly if she still stood by that well-known claim. Did she still believe fans were tuning into women's basketball because of her too?
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to Zoom.
Her response? Just two uncomfortable words. Next question. And with that, the tension in the room was impossible to miss. No explanation, no defense, no numbers to support her bold claim. Just a quick dodge that, honestly, said more than any real answer would have.
Now, keep in mind, whoever asked this, and there's people clowning the person that asked this, it was her statement going during the basketball season from last year, and the person's asking for her current feelings on said statement, her own statement. She pulled a next question. She ducked that. She duck goose that right out of existence.
This wasn't just an awkward moment. It was eye-opening. Faced with her own bold words, Angel Reese had nothing to back them up. And really, how could she? The numbers tell a very different story than the one she pushed last year. Take a look. The Chicago Sky averaged about 8,000 fans per home game. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever, every single game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse was sold out, drawing over 17,000 fans each night.
She talked about sold-out arenas. What arenas are selling out that Caitlin Clark isn't playing in? I need to know. I need to know. But the Las Vegas Aces. No, the Las Vegas Aces sell out their season tickets. Tell me somebody who's selling out every damn place they go that's not named Caitlin Clark. Tell me somebody who's attracting celebrities, numerous celebrities everywhere they go, not named Caitlin.
Now, fast forward to this year. Let's look at Angel Reese's preseason homecoming game at LSU, a place where she should have had overwhelming support. This is where she won a national title and made a name for herself. But the turnout? Just 6,000 fans showed up at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, which seats over 13,000, not even half full for the return of their champion. That's a far cry from the kind of star power she claimed to have.
Her statements from last year, that's from a circus. That was a clown show statement to have made about watching for us and blah, 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 blah.
Things don't get any better when you look at her other preseason games. The Chicago Sky's home game against the Minnesota Lynx only drew 4,600 fans. Let that sink. In her own WNBA home court couldn't even fill 5,000 seats. Then another game against the Lynx in Minnesota attracted just 7,600 fans. And let's be real, most of those were there to see the Lynx, not Reese. These numbers don't reflect someone leading a basketball revolution. They're just like any other WNBA game attendance figure.
We're going to find out very quickly who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans, or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball, but is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team and you want to see them win ball?
The pattern couldn't be more obvious. Game after game, the empty seats tell a story Reese clearly doesn't want to face. After the LSU game, Reese's mother tried to do some damage control on social media, posting
Angel Reese's mom taking to X to tweet this after all of the hullabaloo about Caitlin Clark and the high ratings. She says, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, all right. It is a different year, and it is the same haters, but I think you're calling yourself out, Mama Reese.
The defensive response says it all. When you can't back up your claims with facts, you attack the people pointing them out. That next question moment wasn't just Reese dodging a tough reporter, it was her avoiding the uncomfortable truth about her real impact on attendance. She made a claim she simply can't support, and now the receipts are piling up. The numbers don't need any interpretation or spin. They're clear evidence that something doesn't add up. And trust me, these attendance figures are about to look even worse when we compare them to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The truth is hard to ignore. Talking about being a draw and actually being one are two very...
And said next question, so she doesn't want to take responsibility for her own words.
While Reese avoids questions about her impact, Caitlin Clark doesn't need to say a thing. The numbers speak for themselves, painting a picture so clear it's almost embarrassing for anyone who tried to compare themselves to her.
Angel Reese voluntarily went on a, quote, they're watching for me too, and I want y'all to realize that rant, because she wanted that attention. She created the drama, asking her about her comment as we enter a new season is perfectly normal and not stirring things up. Absolutely.
12. Remember Caitlin Clark's homecoming game at Carver Hawkeye Arena? The entire 15,000-seat venue. Sold out in just 45 minutes? That's faster than you can watch a single quarter of basketball. Fans weren't just buying tickets. They were scrambling to get them like it was a once-in-a-lifetime event. And who could blame them? This wasn't just another game, it was a phenomenon.
It's Caitlin Clark Mania, and here we go again. 1.3 million people tuned in on Sunday afternoon to see Caitlin Clark return to Iowa as a professional and start raining in three-pointers from ridiculous distances.
Reese's camp might argue her fan base is limited to Iowa and Indiana, but let's take a look at the facts. Caitlin Clark's jersey became the second best-selling jersey in basketball in 2024, just behind the legendary Steph Curry. As for Reese, she's not even in the top 10. Clark is the only WNBA player on that list. Let that sink in. She's outselling NBA stars with multiple championships, including LeBron James. Analysts are predicting she'll take the second spot for all-time WNBA jersey sales by her sophomore season. These aren't just solid numbers, they're history-making.
What about viewership? Tell me everybody who's getting consistently over 1 million views on their basketball games, not named Caitlin. Oh, okay. And then Angel Reese goes into, I'll be happy to play the villain role. I'll be happy to play the villain, but don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. But I'll be happy to play the villain role. Angel Reese, why are we next? This guy set you up perfectly to give an answer of you being full of yourself. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. They are only watching because of me too. They only know that other girl because of me too. They only go to her games instead of my games because of me too. They only watch all of her games instead of watching all of my games because of me too. She's the #1 jersey seller in the WNBA. Why? Because of me too. That's why. Time Magazine Sports, because of me. Everything Caitlin Clark has is because of me. Angel, you could have done.
I saw this thread on Twitter. I was shocked by it. I was pleasantly shocked and surprised. I thought it was so cool and so sad. Of course, we have the Indiana Fever being that premier team in the WNBA. They are the team that has the most fans. Like they said, every away game turns into a home game. Like they know that they have that fan base. Here we have today, basically clapping back at all of that and proving that they know that they are the moment, they are the Showtime team, they are the biggest team currently in the WNBA. This kind of stuff is not only good for the Indiana Fever, it's good for the entire WNBA.
I think anytime you play with the go to bar team or the go to bar game, you're going to learn a lot. You know, either you have to be ready for the ball, head on a swivel at all times, and the way that she throws the ball is a lot how DT threw it. I think this is just the younger version of her, so she has a little bit more energy, a little bit more spunk. I miss DT in her prime, but doesn't mean she wasn't great when I played with her. But honestly, at the end of the day, everybody can shoot, right? If you're cutting and you're open, you're going to get the ball, and so you just have to be ready for that. And I'm excited for that. And I think you'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable, and so you'll see the 5 bring the ball down. So it's going to be a little different for other teams to play defense against us.
Did Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese point at the ring finger back at LSU? Did Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese hop up off the bench like a member of Cobra Kai when Kennedy Carter cheap-shotted Caitlin? Does Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese complain about everything? She can't afford to pay her rent. She can't do this. She can't do that. A lot of whining. But then all of the narcissistic comments at the same time. And maybe she comes by it honest.
We're not here to chase greatness. We're here to claim it. Our ambitions don't fit into headlines or highlight reels. So if you thought we arrived,
2 more for Boston.
Now you know. We're not here for the moment. We're here for the takeover.
The 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana, when the season is going to be kicked off with the Ali Frazier of our generation. Caitlin Clark hosting the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. The Indiana Fever at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
The truth is crystal clear at this point. While Angel Reese hides from questions about her impact, Caitlin Clark is literally transforming women's basketball with cold, hard numbers backing her up. You can't argue with sold-out arenas, record-breaking jersey sales, and unprecedented TV coverage. The 2025 season will tell the full story. Clark's Fever will dominate national television while playing in packed NBA arenas. Meanwhile, Reese faces the impossible task of somehow justifying those bold claims with actual results. This shows us something important about sports and life. Some people talk about greatness. Others just achieve it silently, letting their impact speak for itself. If you're Team Clark, comment baby goat over baby giraffe down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.